Greetings, thank you for joining us on this broadcast brought to you by Fifth Dimension. Hopefully all systems are go. Alright, so I'm going to do a bit different of connecting to Zeus and Poseidon, of actually having them come through instead of just conscious connecting to them. I feel a bit better. I haven't got any messages from either one of them all day today, so. And the Vatican secrets is something they want to add on. I was like, I'm freaking find out. There might not be anything there, so whatever. Either way, I guess the virus is getting kind of. I don't know. I think this whole virus thing is kind of overblown. I mean, it is of concern, but it's not the end of the world or anything. Yeah, it is concerned, and. But it's just propaganda. I mean, is there anything going on in the world right now besides this? I mean, it's just because the news media. Maybe the news media will contract it and leave the world and give us a better place. I know, but it's wishful thinking. Chris Matthews finally left. Took him 24 years. The guy is like 70 something. God, jeez. That tells you they have nothing better to do. Yeah, I don't know how long he's going to hang around after that. So his life was that show. So he might exit out of here. Maybe. I don't know about that, but he's not his energy isn't that strong here, because I guess that's the only thing that gave him something to live for. God help us all. If that's what gave you something to live for, lucky us, huh? It's like lucky humanity. Yeah. So. And Jack Welch just passed away. He's kind of a big deal with GE. So, yeah, it's just, I don't know, the timing of it's kind of interesting. Yeah, we're just getting into March, and maybe mid-March something's going to occur. Some kind of, who knows? Yeah, the vaccine and situation, they're probably going to push for this whole virus thing, unfortunately. But I think it's like overhyped. Yeah, it's just the media's got nothing better to do. That's where it comes down to. Of course, they're not alone. China overplayed it. Of course, they screwed up, but they overplayed it. Is it weaponized or something? Is it a bioweapon? I don't know. It's what it is. It's just. Yeah, it's like a fear-mongering tactic. I mean, I think for most cases, like, yeah, isn't that bad? But there might be some cases, but some might not have any symptoms at all, and then others might die of it. But it is kind of a new virus in some way. Yeah, I think it is kind of a new thing, but either way, it is good. It is of concern. But yeah, that's the thing about wearing respirators and all that. Are you gonna wear it everywhere you go when you go out? And I don't know if that matters, because if you touch something and you take it off and you're touching your face or whatever, is it gonna do any good? So I guess it's a good precaution, but it's not gonna necessarily. I don't know. It gives people something to do. So, yeah, got something better to do. If you need to worry about a virus, now you got something to think about. So, it's another way of looking at it. Okay. I'm not too worried about it. I don't care. Just, if this shows up, it shows up. I'm probably going to live forever anyway, so. I don't have nothing to worry about. Just I'mTower.com. We have private sessions. There's a calendar. What is it? We're on a channel. Google Hangout, Zoom channel by phone. I forgot what day I'm on here. 26, I think. I just got on that day. February 26. Something like that. Yeah. I have not done it yet, but I'm. Really? Yeah. So I'm a lot more caught up, not with everybody, but same situation here. Other channels and healers I do recommend. Social network. awesomeness. Thank you for your support. All this. So, yeah, it's been kind of a heavy day at work today, so. And the weekend situation that occurred, so. Alright, so Zeus's energy. I'm not saying it's going to be like Vatican secrets or something, but who knows? That's what they wanted in the title. Make them sound all fancy and everything. And Poseidon and whoever else is around. One moment. Message from the angels. Not to worry about the virus. Some are accumulating, pulling it towards them for their own soul growth. So many have not done much with their lives. So this virus is another way for them to create a new timeline or to escape this world. Not everybody has that option. Some just need the attention from family. They want something new in their lives. It just gives them a new building, something to build upon. So it is scary, yes. But it's scary for those that have no scares. They have had nothing really pressuring them throughout their lives. So some of those that are afraid of this have a lot going on for them throughout their lives. And they have not really connected to themselves spiritually. Going to church is not exactly a spiritual development. It is, but there's more to be learned. Doesn't mean that that's what they're going to go to understand aliens and all that. Unlikely. But in some cases, maybe. But some have lived this world pretty easily. And then they can pull in this virus, and it's a wake-up call. A major one. And some have rebuilt themselves. Well, there are, yes, con artist energies out there that are using this against others, of course, to build themselves up. But that won't last very long. Because even a con artist will be seen for those that need to see the true lightings within the person. But of course, it all depends on the person if they want to see the true lineage of that individual. Some don't want to see it. The fantasy world is fine. The facade is fine. So humans are going to a more difficult layer within themselves through this virus. Even if you don't have this virus, some are acting like they do, even if they don't have it. It's like you get the fear of it, and people are actually developing symptoms, and they don't even have it. Like they're kind of manifesting. It's like they're afraid, and they won't realize there's a lot to learn with it. Yeah, so some are deciding if they want to experience it or not. You'd be surprised how many are actually living the symptoms, and it's as if they already have it, and they're just, everyone's feeling the pressures of it. It's out there. So we are the angels to bring you energies. So blessings. Alright. Blessings all. Archangel Michael gives us his energy. There's nothing to be afraid of. Transition is needed for soul growth, of course. Alright. Blessings. Greetings. This is the Zeus consciousness. We are, yes, fully aware of your world and how it operates. There is nothing to fear from us. Yes, there is much information your world is not prepared for. We are going into a new enlightenment, a new age, where many of your religions will have to transform. Now, a reason why we interfere at times, because some live off of religion. That is their life. You take that away, they have nothing. They have built their timeline around it. Yes, going to church on Sundays or Fridays, or I believe synagogue, I believe I understand, or the mosque. Many are so dedicated to it. It is so ingrained into their timeline. Yes, it's good to be careful what you say of religions. If you say something bad about the religion, it's like it's injuring them, themselves, which can cause a war. The individual can be very hurt because many souls have not really found a direction here individually. They found their faith, but they don't always have faith in themselves. They do, but they don't. It's a growing up process. When you're entered into this world, you find religion as a way of finding identity. Just as many of you follow your parents, or your parents follow your grandparents, except parents, and religion is usually there. As the world lost itself in your past, religion was all that was to experience. It was the glue of the soul. The soul glued itself to it, because it didn't know what to do with itself anymore. And did it worship aliens? Yes, because it didn't know what it was. It lost its way. Humanity lost its way. What else are you going to do? You see this super being of great power, and you have none of those powers. Of course you're going to be afraid of it. Some started worshiping it because the being was not exactly the most friendliest being, where many souls had no choice but to worship it. Now, not all alien beings are like this. Maybe your Indian gods are not like that. And some souls just want to worship them because they're just impressed. It's like, I want to be like you when I grow up one day. So there's different aspects of it. But when humanity was lost, when it lost its ability, it was not quickly. It lost its higher dimensional self. It was a slow decline. And it hit a point where it truly forgot everything. And so when I found gods in, like, your cow, so I could have a statue of a cow, things like that. Because it needed something to, they say it was pressured once again of the higher alien beings. Because that they're like teachers. Some of the teachers went too far. So someone like a Plato, Aristotle, in your ancient times, shows that not everyone was fully lost. There was higher dimensional knowledge still around. Of course, you have your inventors. So it wasn't entirely, not everything was complete. Your human wasn't completely in the dark. But for the most part, much of your humans were in the dark. Like the light switch went out of your higher dimensional knowledge. Where do you go? Humanity lived in fear. Much of its past in your human history. Not all of it. Much of the Babylonians are very much a peaceful race. But when you came to your Greeks, especially when you're doing war with Atlantean beings that weren't exactly friendly, once again, translations get lost too. But once again, when the humans were losing their higher dimensional knowledge, they had nowhere to go. Religion was a safety net. It became now you have your druids, that had more of a Atlantean knowledge, even some Hindu knowledge. Any knowledge from with the Asians, they had a little bit of everything actually. But in your rebuilding stage, you're kind of coming from the dark ages, as you can see. Now the lights are coming on, but then they go off. It's on, and you're still seeing an alien, worship going on currently. That some aren't recognizing that they're actually worshiping some of these alien beings that are coming through. That are being channeled. Some are not realizing they're actually worshiping them. They have no idea. It's like, oh, I really like to live on every word of that being. Not realizing some of them are actually worshiping. And even those that are very connected to your religions feel the same way. They have no idea that they're that involved. So, it's a touchy subject. It's the foundations of your existence. Religion is a place of, of definition. Define you. Community. Community is very, very powerful. Some would find themselves in the church, of course. The reason we're bringing the church is pretty much your foundations of your reality. Your politicians are born for the religions. It's a secret society, basically. Even if it is public, your religions are pretty much secret societies. They're cults, yes. They're public cults. Your druids are still here, which is more connected to your Illuminati these days. Your Mormons are another version of Illuminati, public, because they have to do things out in the public. Your Masons are, more shadowy, as many of you know. A gated community where, those are the, most of it is unknown, but as you go up to the stages, many of those that join that, give themselves to Masonic temples and know exactly what they're doing. Doesn't mean it's always of a negative nature. It's identity for higher knowledge. And even religion is identity for higher knowledge. It might be twisted knowledge, but it's also a place of home, community. Once again, your religions are where your aliens are, as there's many of them there. Not all of them of a negative nature, because community there is usually pretty positive, depending on the synagogue and temple and all of that. So there is a positive of building families. Yes, not the easiest, but is a place of procreation. Is a place of, populating your planet. Your religions play a big part in that, as some of you know. It's a meeting place, but so much more. It is ingrained into the soul. Until the soul realizes it can disconnect and find itself. Many are afraid to do that because many were not using their abilities properly in your past. Not to say that aliens are using their abilities all that well either. No. No one was really behaving well in the past at one time. Even those of the best spirits were not exactly, they're abusing their abilities too. Not everybody was on that, but quite a few of them were. The alien beings that were seen as positive were abusing their power at times. It's like a teacher who sees an attractive girl is a little bit too friendly. To give you a hint. It's another way how your world got populated the way it did. So, yes, the creation of new maniacs is probably due thanks to your aliens, but it's also to keep your world populated. But also your religions are there to slow it down. There were stoppages there. Some are getting out of hand. That's another reason why your priests do not have relationships, because the population is like population control. You your priests had to put a stop to, even your monks kind of put a stop to it. while the rest of the world is procreating, doing this, the spiritual idea system, however you want to look at it, was there in some form. Even if any like a Catholic religion still has a religious energy, even if it might be manipulated on certain levels. It's still to keep the spiritual energies alive, even if it is disconnecting from the metaphysics of everything. But still, it was a lightning rod of even morals, even if it wasn't very moral. It's like, you can all be moral, try to be, even if when the priests weren't very moral either. Yeah, it's a messed up place, basically. But either way, yeah, so one of the reasons why many of your spiritualists are usually single with no relationship is, yes, their connection to God's spirit, higher dimensional energies, for good or for worse, whatever it might be. Notice how they're all very similar in that way. Yeah, most of your monks aren't on the dating sites very much. Usually meditation alone, connecting to the universe. So, in astral, it's like every religion has a role. I wouldn't call it babysitting the earth, but protecting it. Protecting it from higher knowledge until it's ready to experience it again. So yes, your religions are gatekeepers. And yes, many of those cathedrals can connect to Agartha also. And your mosques. It's just the doors are shut. For obvious reasons. Because humans can't handle it just yet. We're bringing new energy to your earth. So this is why we have to be careful what comes through. Message-wise, sometimes a general message is better than a deep, life-changing message. Yes, to get you through your day, help you with a headache, help you with romance, whatever it might be. Sometimes it's better just to keep it general. But yes, connecting to crystal skull energies, connecting to Atlantean energies, that's much of your Antarctica. Eventually, or just your oceans in general. There's a great deal there. I don't believe many of you have been swimming in the depths of the oceans recently, as much of your knowledge is well hidden deep underwater. Your Antarctica has a great deal, but your oceans have more, and there's many places that are unexplored for a reason, because they can't get to it. They're not supposed to. No matter what kind of Illuminati technologies you have, they can't get to everything as much as they'd like to. So not even all aliens know of what's going on here. It's on a need-to-know basis. Your Garthians have a better idea, yes. There's your Poseidon here. So blessings to you from Zeus. Blessings. Greetings. This is Poseidon. Your DNA, I guess, was transformed. Some of you were very fish-like in your past, able to swim from one side of the ocean to the other. And some are trying it still, but of course, the distance can be a problem. As humans in your past used to be able to breathe underwater without just your gills. You're capable of a great deal. And some of you are remembering some of that. As the oceans weren't always a dangerous place, they were a friendly place. A place of higher dimensional energy. Where you can go into the ocean and disappear. And then come back on land, wherever you want to be. As it is a place of connecting to human consciousness. You go underwater and you hear voices of humanity. You hear just the joys of life. Some of you are, yes, made love underwater. And some are just open up other realities, other dimensions that others cannot find. And bring back knowledge of what they just saw. So yes, your world and your past. And it's happening now. As some areas, planes disappear, reappear. Things are happening in our oceans. It's just not broadcast very much. Your Garthians are very much here. They're just waiting in, well, I wouldn't call it waiting, but they're patient with your kind. They realize how your world can be kind of vicious to each other. When you have something you don't understand, humanity is known to destroy itself because it doesn't understand. And you are here to figure it out. And you're figuring it out slowly. There's much to understand. As, yes, the controls of your earth. Politicians are here to protect your world, actually. Protect humanity from itself. As, yes, there might be some corruptions there. Yeah, of course there is. But so is your world. It's just yes, it is a reflection of your society. But it all has a purpose. It's basically, yes, your politicians have the keys to much of your reality too. Same as your religions. Your politicians create rules and they can change them. They can open up new doors. As your Area 51 is locked up, your politicians can open it up. As many do not do it right now because of fear of their own lives. That's why a lot of information has not come out. They technically could. Well, not easily, but just putting it out verbally would not make themselves look too good. Yeah, they would all of a sudden find themselves ill or no longer in office. And whatever they said would be erased from your internet. So, yeah, your politicians, be surprised, as much as some of you despise them, they do hold the keys to your reality. Very much so. But your humanity still holds is a part of that too. It's like you put these people in charge until humanity is ready to awaken. And you are slowly getting there. So yes, because you can put the right person in office and open up those doorways. And you slowly are doing that. No matter if you like them or not, they're not supposed to be liked. Because this world is coming from a lot of distrust. A lot of humans here have problems with the aliens altogether. Another reason why some don't want anything to do with an alien being. Either some aliens are very vicious to humans in the past. As you know, some of your greys. There's much more to it than that. It's not just your greys are a problem on our planet. It goes to many other races that took advantage of your society, of your people. Many alien races did that. I'm not here to say who they are, though. But yes, many did take advantage of your race. This is another reason why many humans are not that interested in connecting to aliens again. Subconsciously, it's like, no thanks. So, it's like, you're one of the reasons why we're like this. Why some of you are disformed. Why some of you can't walk. Why certain diseases exist. This all has something to do with them. You can, yes, all blame does not go to them, but it's both parties, human and alien. Yes, it takes two to tango. Because some of the humans joined the aliens to cause problems here, as some of you are already aware of recent history, at least your conspiracy history. So, it's not always the aliens' fault, but you had human intervention. It wasn't always your Illuminati. It was just your average human. And that's during the ancient times, and even in current times too. We're here to relax, heal. Yes, healing is very important. Releasing old energies. There's not always going to be things you're going to like here. Of course not. This is a world that's been manipulated on so many different levels. It's even for aliens that are visiting this world, it's not an easy ride here. That's why some of your tall whites are kind of dismissive of humans on your world, because your human has not been exactly the most kind to them in various levels. They're not going to say exactly the issue, but once again, some of your humans took advantage of aliens in the past too. It's been kind of a war between man and alien. And a Garthian. A Garthian's a little bit more aware of how humans are, and some of your aliens are not so aware. The Garthians have more, because you're part of your DNA, so they kind of know what you're capable of. Aliens, on the other front, have no idea. Your angels know a little bit more, but not always. They can absorb in your vibration and become light or become dark through your energy. Agarthians are protectors of your earth, yes. As you are all Agarthian. That is not fully recognized yet. Some of you might grow a tail one day, possibly. Grow little pointy ears. You never know. Because someone just want a tail. You're used to having one in human form as cat beings, dog beings, whatever it might be. It's something different. As you're learning, your sexuality is all different. You're finding different ways. The sexuality situation of different sexuality, like dozens of different kinds, you're finding your alien identity through all that. It's just the alien knowledge has not fully come into your culture as of yet. It's being discovered, which is very hard at this point. You're not seeing it. You don't see these alien beings and say, oh, that's who I am. This is why I'm a gender of that alien species. So, yeah, humans are more alien. They're unlocking quite a bit. It's just confusing. It takes a while to find one's direction here. So, we'll send you energies. We will return. The idea for your world is just to find, yes, your zen, your moments of zen, your calmness. Find some kind of happiness here. Whatever it might be. Even if it's 5 minutes of happiness, better than nothing. There's always a place to relax somewhere. Even homeless people can relax somewhere. Finding somewhere to relax helps you connect to the higher energies. Let's see. I don't think anything came of the Vatican, but in due time. Alright, blessings.